Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Straight Up Warlords podcast. I am joined by the once again disgustingly resilient Diesel,
Hey, how you doing, everyone?
and unfortunately, the beautiful and roguish Cat could not be here today because she's had a dentist appointment today, and the injection that they put in her meant that she can't drive for 24 hours, and she needs to drive to come here to record.
Oh, shit, like super painkillers, is she?
Something like that, I'm guessing.
Anesthetic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get into it today because we have played one game of Kill Team.
Yes, we've both been super busy, so scheduling's been an issue. But I enjoyed it. It was quite fun.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
You beat the shit out of me, but
to be fair, we beat the shit out of each other, and I only just managed to
I
win.
think it was actually one victory point in it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the one. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have charged down the corridor, and I should have been far more aggressive. I didn't think you were going to be so aggressive with your shooting voice. It's just like opening doors and charging in with necrons that can't do melee. I'm like, okay.
You know what the SAS say? He who dares wins.
Well, you did dare, my good sir, and you did win. Although to be fair, one half the map I was smashing the shit out of you.
Yeah, I'm not about to tell you that you were, in any way not winning for like half the game.
I think it was just because I should have picked it, because I got to pick the power stations. I should have done it the other way around, so the Surge's late game ended up in my section.
Yeah,
because then I had control and I probably would have won. But live and learn.
I mean, at the end of the day, we had fun. That's the most important part.
It was fun. We learned rules, and it was really enjoyable. Actually, I quite enjoyed the single unit turn based, and I enjoyed a lot more where it's a lot more back and forth. Where 40k is like you sit there by a turn, and I like the idea of I have a turn, I do something, and then you do something. I think it's a lot more responsive and just like engaging as well.
Yeah,
for both players.
And even though we did get some of the rules wrong at the start, we didn't actually really, if you know what I mean. Like you know how we're doing moves and charge then attack.
Yes, yeah.
But at no point when we did the moves and the charges did we move an extra more than 2 inches after the movement.
Yeah, so I think it was okay. It's just that to be honest, it would just be my side where I would have to line up the charge a bit better.
Yeah. But like as the rule says, it's your same movement plus an extra 2 inches for the charge. And we in like the first, I think it was the first 2 rounds before I realized that we were doing it wrong. We were doing the movement, and then we were moving close enough that we could then do the charge.
Yeah.
But like I said, we never moved further than 2 inches on that charge. So, in all reality, if we had just said, "Oh, we're charging,"
we would have made it into combat, basically.
We would have made it into combat, but also we would have been following the rules anyway. So
yeah,
so we were doing it right, but we weren't doing it. We weren't wording it correctly.
Yeah, so we'll pick it up though. I think it'd be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Have you? I take it you haven't had a game with Kat yet.
No, not yet. She is coming around tomorrow night, but we're painting tomorrow night.
Okay, cool.
Because we're going to be up all night because I've got work Saturday night, unless I get told tomorrow that it's not until whenever.
Yeah, okay. But Oh, that's cool. I did a little bit of painting yesterday, so my model has got a skin tone on it now, so it's looking a lot better
Nice.
than just fleshy muscle. So it has got skin over it. I need to do one extra layer of like a slightly lighter skin on like raised areas,
Yeah.
and then I've just got to redo like darken the claw tip a bit, do the horns and the bug arm, and that model should be good to go.
I still haven't done any more than I have before.
But you were ahead of me anyway because you've still done.
I was ahead of everyone because I've done gold. I've almost finished my warlord. Like I said, I just got to do washes on him. I've just got to do the gold on my other guys. But I have noticed one thing.
Oh, what's that?
My immortal has gone missing.
Oh, okay.
So I've got to go.
Check in case I've got it in my box, but in case I picked it up. I didn't think I did, but
I don't think you did. No, I think I had it before when you left.
I
mean, it could be that we've made you mistakenly picked it up, but I believe I had it before you left, so it must be in my room somewhere. But
okay.
I've
Well,
been
I'll have
busy.
a double check just in case I've got it, because I did think I'd got some of my mates like little Terminators because we swapped armies the other day, but he said he hasn't got them missing, so. Maybe I have to recount mine and see because he borrowed some of my stuff.
Yeah.
But I thought he borrowed 5, and I had 7 in there. So, don't know on that one. So I'd have to recount. Otherwise, otherwise he's definitely missed. So it hasn't.
Maybe he bought another pack and then went, "Well, I've got these 2 extra ones I don't need, so I'll give him those."
He has. To be fair, he has just bought like 4. I think it's like 4.2k of Death Guard, which, by the way, is 100 points more than I have, and it's my only army. And he has, he's got a whole necron army and also some sisters.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think you've got a problem. I think combining with his brothers as well, they got like 6.2k of Death Guard. Like, Jesus Christ. And he's like, I'm gonna have them painted by next month. I'm like, oh my god, I've painted nothing.
Yeah.
I've painted like 1 squad of 5-man Terminators, 1 squad of 5-man Marines, a tank, a Rhino, and I'm just starting Mortarion. I'm like, I've got like at least 3k points more to paint. Just like, so much. So much painting.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying the. I'm really enjoying the Lumberhulk casts. They're actually really nice. I quite like the. They're not overly busy. Some of the Plague Marine stuff is like overly busy. Like they've got like maybe not overly busy. They are just detailed, I think. Well as but it's detailed in a way that's like there's a tentacle somewhere on the back that I'm like, oh fuck! I thought it's just a part of the belt, but it's like a random tentacle coming out and wrapping around the belt, and there's things like that, like small little details that are you over. You're just like, oh Christ, okay, I have to go back and do that. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the models of the kill teams.
Yeah, I think that's one of the issues for me with Death Guard. Like, don't get me wrong, all of their models look great, but I feel like with each one being just a bit too detailed for me to be like, I want to do that.
Yeah, like especially if you're looking at like standard Space Marines, and you're like, it's like 3 colors and a shade, you're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's like I've got like 2 bases I put on, like a base coat twice. I've got a bronze I've got to put on. I've got all the fleshy bits of different colors and different tentacles and things like that. Like, because I like to be different. And then there's like other bits of metal, like steels, and there's bone on top of that. It's like, oh, it's a lot. It's well worth it at the end when the model's standing on its own. It looks amazing. It's just getting there. It's just putting like so much work into one model, especially when you have to build. When you build, like, I think the difference with 40k is obviously like have to build so many miniatures to field an army, whereas Kill Team's just like, I paint that Lumber Hulk, that's done. Like, I've just got to paint 9, well, not even 9 models, something like that. What have I got? 4 Glitchlings, 3 mutants, so 7, plus the 4 Longbow Hulks, plus the 4 of the others, so that's 15 models, which is still not too bad.
Yeah. And
they're not all detailed.
I mean, the good thing is that, you know, that's the whole Kill Team. I mean, you could paint up the other gribbly bits that come with it.
Yeah, but they're not necessary. It's only if you want to switch out gear and things like that.
Exactly. Kill Team is one of those things where it's a really good project you can just have on the side that you can do work on when you need to.
Plus, the gribbly bits are like the fleas and stuff. I'm not going to pay too much detail fleas and that sort of thing. So, God damn it, am I not painting the flies? Like, there's so much going on with them in per model. Like, no, it's grubs and it's fleas. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah. But yeah, your models look great. Mine are pretty much just regular Necron models you can just get.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I think the Apprentech is the only one that is unique to this kit.
Are the reanimate? Well, haven't you got an accelerator and reanimator? They're different, aren't
they? I'm pretty sure you can get them as part of other kits.
Oh, okay. I think the reanimator's different for normal Necron. So it's a big tall walker, isn't it? It's a different model entirely. And I don't know if this
I think there's different ones.
Okay.
They've got the big tripod one.
Yeah.
That is also a reanimator, but they also have the smaller ones.
Oh, okay.
So I think the smaller ones are sort of like tokens now, rather than being separate units. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I played Necrons a little bit, but yeah, I only had the big reanimator. And there's probably like I don't know. There's other 40k games like Black Library and things like that.
Yeah.
Although is it Black Library?
Blackstone Fortress.
Blackstone Fortress, that's the one. I don't know.
I don't think they've made a game in the Black Library yet.
No, it's Blackstone Fortress. Sorry, that one looks really cool. Some of the miniatures from that look really cool as well. Like, have you seen like the Umber Hulk and things you can get?
I own it.
Oh, do you?
I own the base. I own the base thing.
Really? Oh, God damn it!
I bought it.
We need to play that.
I bought it for Christmas last year so that my family could play it, and then they all went no after seeing that there's 4 rule books in there.
Okay, but there's like it's like a dungeon crawl, isn't it? It's like you have to just go through layers and fight mobs and things.
Yeah, basically.
Get treasure and get out and try to live.
There's different ways you can play it. You can either play like the campaign bit, where you get your players together. You can have up to 5 players.
Okay.
Because you either have the 1 player. It's 1 to 5 players. If you're 1 player, then you're doing both the party, where you pick 4 people, and then you pick, and then you do the turns for them and the
mobs, yeah,
and the mobs. Then 2 players. 1 player picks 2, the other player picks 2, and then you both take turns being the opponent, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bit like D&D, where one person's like the DM sort of thing, where they spawn them. They do all the mob rules basically, and then the party gets to play against it.
But that's only for the 5-player game, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. for like everything before 5 players, it's always one of the players also takes on the DM role, but I believe that like rotates around.
Oh, okay, but the mobs have like set rules on how they behave and things, I assume.
Yeah, basically they do. Yeah,
Yeah, they've got set criteria. So okay, that's still pretty cool. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of that, or at least like me and George. Oh, I really missed not being able to, like not doing it. The old what were we doing? The
we,
fucking what are they called?
we were gonna do Space Hulk, weren't we?
Space Hulk. Yes, yes. I really. Oh God, I would love to do that as a like. I'd love to run that as a thing where it's like I could do the old school like we did where we went down and get some gutter and cut up and then
Yeah,
get some chicken wire and things and lay that down so as mesh for the floor and like and then you just like spray paint it like a metal so you're walking through corridors
yeah.
and things, and I'd love to do that as like a like an RPG story sort of thing.
So you're not gonna believe this, but I also own the Death Watch rulebook for the role playing game one.
Oh, okay.
I believe I've got that and its expansions because at one point Humble Bundle did a deal where it was Rogue Trader, and Death Watch, and I think something else.
Okay.
So I own those rule books as well.
Yeah, because you could do it as like whoever you could play it as a rogue trader, or like so people don't have to be space marines,
Yeah,
and you could be different Xenos, or you could
'Cause-
play it as just Death Watch going in.
yeah, because it also worked with Dark Heresy as well. Like
Oh, okay.
those three systems. In fact, I think it was those three systems and only War. So those 4 systems were all interlinked with the same like rules and that. It's just that only War you could only play as the different Astra Militarum characters.
Okay.
Um, Dark Heresy allowed you to play like a lot more hum, lot more other like human characters, but it was still like people related to the Inquisition. So it was like tech adepts, um, people who can like interface with people, assassins, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Then you got your rogue traders, which allowed you to then do more Xenos stuff. And then you got Death Watch, which allowed you to play as Space Marines.
Yeah. Okay. That's super cool. There's also I think Bricky did a covered a video where it was just like random other like Xenos stuff in 40k. I don't know if you've seen it, or it's just like little gribbly different aliens and Xenos and tech that just exist in like there's like a bestiary, like a D&D bestiary of like Rogue Trader,
I,
which
I
seems
haven't like
super interesting. Like loads of stuff in there. See, like obviously 40k, so it's all horrendous, but it seems super interesting. Like there's of how much stuff was in there.
yeah, I haven't like fully like read into the book, so I would have to go back and actually look into it and see if I could find that. But because I mostly just looked at the character creation stuff. Or like, yeah, how easy it is to make a character and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it
But
seems weird because a lot of the models are actually what are they? Fucking Dark Eldar. Because you can have like they have so much experimental stuff, but those creatures are actually roaming around wild out there in the universe.
Yeah. I mean, the Dark Eldar have been around as long as the Eldar have, and that's much longer than the humans have. So chances are, back in the heyday of the Eldar, they were just making these things and just planting them on worlds for no reason other than their own entertainment.
Yep, Dark Eldar. Gotta love hating them. No one likes Dark Eldar because they're like, oh, I think they're so cool. They're just like, no, they're just so evil That you're like, yeah, I love to be bad. That's what you love.
Yeah.
Ooh. I did
They are
read.
pretty much the. Oh, I was just about to say they're pretty much the extension of the term. The Geneva Convention is more like the Geneva Suggestion.
It's not even a suggestion to them. They just flat out ignore its existence.
Yeah.
Just like, no, not doing that. But yeah, I did read watch a YouTube video of there was talking about a passage from I think Silent Hunters, which are Cocaridons, the shark boys. If you know what I'm talking about, yeah. And they tortured a Dark Eldar and mentally broke them, and they did it basically through just putting them in solitary confinement and leaving them. Because they're obviously they need so much excess and they need so much stimuli. They were like, yeah, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put him in an isolation chamber and just leave him there for a couple of days. And every time he like bangs on the door, we'll open the door up or we'll just hose him down like with a ridiculous hose pipe. And it just pins into the wall, just because like it's some sort of like cat or something. Where you spray bolt your cat and then they just close the door and walk off again. And they just left him there.
Actually, that reminds me of so you know Hammer and Bolter from the Warhammer Plus series.
Yes, yeah.
Thing. They did a episode on Lucius the Eternal.
Oh, okay.
And the Space Marine force that they were fighting against had a Slanesh cultist. I think it was a Slanesh cultist. It might have been a Slanesh demon. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was a cultist because when Lucius shoots him in the head at the end, his head does explode. But they have him in this sensory deprivation tank, basically.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, again, a being that pretty much has to live on excess, being forced in a sensory deprivation tank, and they would only let him out to ask him where Lucius is, basically.
I just love the
and he's like, I won't tell you. Okay.
Back in the tank. Yeah, the Cocaridons are so because they don't even talk to each other. The Cocaridons, they don't like they're so quiet, and there's the fact that they're like the quietest legion that they just don't talk to each other at all. And then like throw him in the sensory deprivation tank, and then when he's banging on the door saying like, "Oh, you know, I'll tell you anything you want," they don't even say a word. Like they just stare at him, and then like he's like, what do you want? I'll do it. And then they're like, no, he spoke to us. Get the hose pipe. Get the hose pipe. He spoke a word, filthy Xenos. How dare he speak in our language? Hose him off. And then we'll come back in 4 days. And then there's at the end of it, the Dark Eldar's like, he's like, right, I've learnt my lesson. I'm not gonna fucking say jack shit. I'm just gonna stand here in silence until they do something. They're like, okay, get on the floor. He lays down, like, put your hands behind your back. So okay, like that's the only things he does, and then like okay, they tie him up, and he's like, oh finally, I'm just gonna like, they're gonna interrogate me, and we can actually like some conversation because I've been in here by myself for 2 weeks. I'm fucking like even like speaking to people is like amazing to me. Like it's so fulfilling just to hear someone's words, even if it's just like a command. And then they literally take him to a room, a different room, another sensory deprivation chamber, and this time they just tie him to a chair, and then they leave again. It's just like, what the fuck?
That's the Space Sharks, boys.
Yeah, because I think it's because at one point he wants to feel something. He wants to feel some sort of sensation. So he punches the ground so hard it breaks his hand. And they're basically like, yeah, none of that. And they just tie him to a chair instead. I just fucking leave it. I was dying. I was just like, oh. It's great as well because it's typical like Eldar, like I'm so superior. I'm gonna trick these people and just get out. They don't let him get a word in. They're like he's not allowed to talk. No, hose him off. Hose him off. Hose him off. Oh, he's hurt his hand. Okay. Instead of giving it to a med bay, tie him to a chair, leave him again. It's so good. I'm gonna have to read the novel. Oh, I love it. But yeah. So are we? Well, I'd have to. You're on nights now, aren't you? How long are you on nights for?
Starting from Saturday, I'm on nights until not this Monday coming, but the Monday after.
Oh, okay. That's
I believe
quite.
that Monday is the last night, but I don't know whether I will be needed every night that in that period.
Okay. I'll have to check my rotor and then we'll see if we can get another Kill Team game in.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll film this one.
Well,
Well, we'll
I
have
need to
to.
I need to sort out something for filming, but yeah.
Okay. Well, and we can get like we have to play. Cal have to get a game in as well.
Yeah, we need to get Cat some games in. But yeah, for the Kill Team rules, I think they're fairly easy to understand, aren't they? Once we got going and we actually understood where we were going wrong with it, they were fairly easy to understand, weren't they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was fine with it. To be honest, I thought it was really good. Obviously, need the book on hand to deal with how many different bloody weapon effects there are. There's so many different weapons effects.
Yeah.
But I think once you've had a couple of because you're not trading out different units like in 40k, you've just got what you've got in Kill Team. So it's once you've learnt the team, that's it. You've learnt, and
Yeah, exactly.
so you know all the rules. And it's not too much to remember off by heart. So
No. I mean,
yeah, it's good.
the basic actions are actually really easy to understand.
Yeah, move, open a door, pick something up, shoot
Yeah.
stuff, or charge something, and fight that thing. That's literally all the actions there are.
Or fight. Yeah.
Yeah, fight something. So yeah, it's really, really simple when it comes to things like that. So it'd be interesting.
What I will be doing is on Saturday, the 2023 compendium comes out. Well, it goes up for pre-order,
Oh, okay.
so I will be pre-ordering that, as that will come with all the rules for the all of the like game rules for the entire Gallifrey series, is what we're using anyway. So
Okay.
it comes with all of the missions, so I don't have to go out and buy Into the Dark and then go on eBay and find Soul Shackle and Gallowfall.
Okay. Cool.
They would just come with all of those missions. So, and I might also pre-order the upgrade. The what was it? Scenery upgrade, I think, which comes with all of the like unique bits that came with. I think Into the Dark onwards.
Okay.
No, not Into the Dark. The one that's related to the Necrons. I can't remember.
Oh, I have no idea.
I've got
Probably
the book.
something Awakening.
I've got the book, and it's somewhere nearby, but I don't know where I put it, so I can't tell you what the actual name is. Oh wait, no, that's mine. That's my 10th edition books. No, I don't know where the book is.
Okay. Well, we can see about it, but I've enjoyed it so far. I think it's really interesting. I think it's a good setup.
Yeah,
It's a really good game type. It is nice, and like I said, I like the engagement of the back and forth. You're not waiting there for ages. You know, for
exactly.
a person to do their entire turn. And the fighting mechanic's a little bit interesting, where it's like you can choose to parry and fight each other, like like that, where you're all fighting at once. It's not just like I swing, then you swing. It seems much more interactive and much more story driven.
Yeah, it's also one of those things where when we're sort of when like say all of my models have moved and done all their actions, and you've still got like 4 or 5 models that need to go. There's still things I can do rather than just waiting for you to finish.
Like Overwatch.
I
You
go
son of a
Overwatch.
bitch. You son of a bitch.
But I mean, it does mean that then you're not at a disadvantage for having less models than your opponent.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not too bad.
And it gives you a chance to even the field a bit with it as well, because like,
Well, that and you do come back to life.
yeah, but I meant like for the other kill teams.
The other kill teams. The other kills. I think you've got the lowest model count anyway, haven't you?
I do have the lowest model count, which does mean that
out of every kill team, you got the lowest.
I think out of every kill team, yeah.
Yeah. So apart from maybe like Space Marines.
Yeah.
Oh no, Custodies.
Custodies would probably be the lowest.
But they probably just got crazy rules. They're probably just crazy strong.
I mean, they probably move faster than everyone.
Probably hit on twos or something bullshit.
Hit on twos, and probably have like really, really high amount of defense dice.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put it out there. They probably have like massive health pools as well.
They do have quite a large health pools, yeah.
I would imagine that they probably got.
I think they've got about similar to mine.
Yeah, I was going to say probably similar to your Hulks. Yeah,
they're just very few. I mean, I only have 4 Hulks, but then I've got other things that can, throw a grenade in your face and stuff like that.
I also would probably think that they probably have more actions per unit rather than what everyone else has, which is usually like 2 per unit with 3 for their warlord, unless they've got lots of units.
Yeah, exactly. So they're probably but you're definitely up there in down there, I guess, in terms of low model count. But then you can just cut back. So
yeah,
it's which I found out found out the hard way when you rest about I think like 2 or 3 models in one turn at the end.
Yeah.
And absolutely, I was like, oh shit! I just got absolutely blasted.
Pulled it out of my ass at the end there.
Well, you had a good position. I should have put more stuff on the right-hand side instead of overloading the left.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll live and learn, and next time I'll crump you.
Yeah, and my Prentec was never touched.
No, exactly. I should have charged something down the corridor. I probably could have flapped him around.
He seems like probably the weakest out of all of my guys.
Is it more of a buffer, isn't he?
Yeah, he does more like buffing stuff, and he does have like a gun and his staff is both a gun and a melee weapon, but it's not nearly as good as the Cryptek.
Yeah,
and he still only has the 2 AP.
Yeah, so 2 AP, so good though.
2 action points.
Sorry, yeah, but well, you got an AP on a lot of your stuff as well.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, my Death Marks have -1 AP. My Cryptek, because I've got the Technomancer, he's got -1 AP. But there's another one I could have taken, and he's got -2 AP.
Oh, I don't like that.
But the kit only comes with the Technomancer, not that one. If you want to get that one, you have to buy a separate kit for it.
Oh, okay. That's a bit annoying. GW.
Yeah.
My money. Yeah, that's the thing, because AP really is strong against my guys, because I get very small. I think I only have 2 defense dice. So I've got very small when it comes to choosing.
Isn't it like your Hulks get 3?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so your Hulks get 3 defense dice, and -1, that's still 2, so...
Then their save is a 5-up.
And their save is a 5-up.
Yeah, so I've got to... Even though... So on those 2 defense die, I've got to roll 5s.
Yeah.
So I've got to make 2 5s.
And admittedly, if you roll 2 6s, you've got 2 crits, you can block 2 crits, or 2 normal
Yeah, but the chance, because you usually get like 3 or 4 attacks, so you'll have more attacks, and you're hitting quite well as well. So
Yeah.
more or less, I won't be able to block all of them. Hence why I've got a massive health pool with a 5 of
Yeah.
fill. So yeah, it's an interesting blend of like tankiness, where it's much more. It's not about trying to dodge the bullets; it's more about taking the bullets and trying not to feel them,
Yeah.
which is a bit difficult when it's a Gorse Flare. But it's a disintegration ray. I think they'll feel it. But yeah, it was very fun. I love
It,
smashing your boys and smashing them up, swinging them from room to room like Hulk smashing. It was great. Even if I did get peppered.
and then they revive behind you and shooting you in the back. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is great. Yeah.
Oh, he's back alive. Everything's come back.
I
Oh,
do I do like how my guys only have the one revive. I feel like it would be bullshit if they come back
as
again and
someone
again
who's
and again.
consistently played against Necrons in 10th edition, I can tell you, yeah, it is bullshit. It is
Yeah.
bullshit. I played because Lichguard. I don't know if you know this. Lichguard are horseshit. They're unkillable now. They've got a. You can give them. Everyone takes the shields with swords, which gives them a 4 up pay, 4 up invuln. Then you can pay
Yeah.
you get them as -1 to being wounded with a character. You can stick 2 characters to them, which gives them a +1 to hit as well because you've got a character leading them. You can get Cryptex on them, which you can take Cryptothralls. That's the one, which give themselves a 4 up Filner Pain. So you take all the damage on the Cryptothralls first.
Yeah.
You roll 4 up Filner Pains until they're gone, which just halves so much damage. And then once they're gone, you then allocate wounds to the Lich Guard, who you can grant a 5 up Feel No Pain. So, and then at the end of that, if you can get a character with a reanimation orb as well, which is now how much is it? It's 2d3 wounds back, and it's at the end of every turn. It's fucking
Yeah.
like, you can get it to be crazy, and it's just like, so you kill like both Cryptothralls and maybe a Lich Guard, and then they're instantly back on the end of your turn.
Yeah.
It's dumb. That it needs to be fixed. But then I also played Guard today before this recession, and I had to kill his Rough Riders twice. They have so it's 10-man Rough Riders. They get a 15-inch move because of the move order. And I wiped out his squad in Overwatch on his movement turn, and he's got one of his guard stratagems is you can bring a regiment unit back for 2 CP at full health, full strength. So he just brought them all back 9 inches away from me, and obviously I overwatched them in his movement turn, so I killed them, and they instantly came back and charged me.
Yeah.
And their spears have, so they've got a melter charge on the end of their spears. So each spear in melee is d6 damage, -4 AP.
Nice.
It's
Not for you, but
yeah. And the stratagem also is not you can only revive this unit once. You can do it however many times you have CP for.
yeah.
So I wiped them out twice.
Are you?
And came back a third time.
What? When I read that rule, I knew it was pretty powerful.
Well, it's only on regiment, which is basically infantry. But even though they're Rough Riders, so they're not infantry, they're mounted. So they don't have the infantry tag, which is super annoying. Because a lot of my stuff is anti-infantry, which doesn't work on them. But yeah, they still have the regiment keyword, so you can do it on Rough Riders specifically.
Yeah.
So I was like, that seems a little strong that you could just get 10 melter guns basically back instantly. But it's 2 CP, but a Lord Solus gives you +1 CP guaranteed every command phase.
Yeah.
So you're going to get them back every turn. You just save up your CP and do it. So it is crazy strong, I think.
I think it's not just infantry and the cavalry. I think it's also the sentinels get it as well.
Oh, the Sentinels also do get yeah. you're right. The Sentinels also do
Yeah.
get it, which is crazy. So, especially since it's the whole unit comes back at full strength. So if you put multiple Sentinels in one squad, which I believe you can do, then once they're dead, it's 2 CP to just instantly get them back. Like up to you can get 3 Sentinels back for free.
Yeah, I think the only thing that doesn't come back is characters.
Yes, that's right. Because
So
he had a Lord Solar attached to them, but I didn't kill the Lord Solar. But I wiped out like his 10-man squad perfectly. But they just respawned without the Lord Solar. But the Lord Solar, like even though he's a leader, he doesn't have like any buffs that is like, oh, while this is leading a unit, all of his stuff is aura based. So he spawned them right next to him again, and as if nothing had happened. So I was like, oh, okay. And it was obviously I killed him in his movement turn. It was instant spawning and then instantly being charged again. I was just like, oh, okay, great. So yeah, there was a lot of DACA that went into there, but I just get back twice because I couldn't get in range because they pinned me for so long. But hey, we'll wait to balance slate on that
one. Well, considering that the current 10th edition win rate is only 1/3 of the entire number of factions are in the preferred win rate, and 2/3 of it are either in the red for losing too much or in the red for winning too much.
Well, it's like Eldar have a
74%.
Yeah, Eldar have a 74% win rate. I'm just like, you don't think there's a problem there?
Yeah. At least the Death Guard are doing better than the Tau.
Only slightly. Yeah, the Tau really need a role where they can fire.
I think the Death Guard and the Tau actually have the same win rate. It's just that the Death Guard is alphabetically higher, so it goes above the Tau.
Right, that's the way it should be. Plus, I don't think there's that many Death Guard players at the moment in tournaments. It seems like the pool of people who are playing is a very, very small of who's playing, so that might skew numbers a bit.
Yeah.
But they could easily fix Eldar by just saying, hey, the fate dice are just modified, so they don't pop devastating wounds every time on just a 6. That would solve a huge issue. So you'd at least get to save it.
Yeah.
Because at the moment it's like, well, do you know about fate dice and all that?
Yeah, they have to roll them at the start of... Is it the start of the game or is it the start of the turn?
Start of the game. But they have ways of getting more, I think. Plus, I think, it's basically like fate dice from Sisters. It's pretty much exactly like that. But you can swap in a 6 and just say, oh, that I'm wounding on, I'm wounding. Swap out one of my fate dice. That's a 6 straight in there, and okay, that's a 6 to wound. That's also pops devastating wound. And bearing in mind, like fire prisms and wraith knights do like flat 6 damage, so they can go like, hey, that's flat 6 devastating wounds automatically. And you don't have feel no pain, so that's just 6 mortal wounds. You can't save or do anything against. So it seems a little bit too strong. Well, it obviously is, given their win rate. But I know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. At least I'll be cheaper in a couple of weeks. Because they're doing a points drop in September. They're not doing a full balance slate, but it's basically a midway balance slate where they're just doing point decreases and increases. I take it you haven't played a 10th game yet?
No, I haven't actually, no. I've only played... to be fair, the only person I play with is you.
Yeah. Well, your Iron Warriors seem okay at the minute, I think.
I think Chaos are sort of like in that in that third that is the good
Yeah,
bug
in that
bit.
sweet spot. So,
So
Chaos Space Marines.
where you want them to be, yeah. But
Yeah, which is super good. You've got a great army rule of the sustained hits, I think it is, or lethal hits. I think you get to choose.
yeah, you get to choose, but it's for me, it's thematically not what I wanted.
No,
It's
hopefully, you should get a different one once your codex drops. Because this Chaos Space Marine one, I believe Chaos Space Marines are being done in the first year, so you should be one of the ones that drop first, and then it will have different detachments. So each detachment will be a different like Chaos, like Heretic chapter or a Heretic Legion. So you'll have like Alpha Legion get a unique one, and yeah, Iron Warriors will already have their unique one instead.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, like you say, hopefully that comes up. I'm guessing it will do when the
Yeah,
chaos
when the Codex drops, you'll have that. I
with the
think you'll
codex
still
drop.
have. I think you still have like the sacrifice thing there. I think that you'll still have that. I don't know what the Chaos Marines detachment rule is,
Yeah.
but it'll be your detachment rule. It's different.
In other news, other chaos related news, guess what's also coming up for pre-order on Saturday?
I have no idea.
Only the best chaos character you couldn't buy on its own for ages.
Lord of Contagion.
No, the best Chaos Space Marines character, not Death Guard
Oh,
character.
Chaos Space
uh,
Marines character.
the uh, it's the Psycho I use.
Oh, your. I forget his name, but I know exactly what. Not the Warp Smith. It's the got Master of Possessions. That's the one.
Master of Possession, yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
can
What
buy
is
him
he?
on his own.
Could you not before?
No, he was part of the start collecting box. And before that, he was part of the Shadow Spear box.
Really?
And
Okay.
when they replaced the start collecting box with the um, what was it, the combat patrol, he wasn't in that.
Okay.
That was the Dark Apostle that went into that. So he
Okay.
was then no longer available to buy, and so
Yeah.
they brought him back.
Okay. Good. Well, they should do. It's the same thing with my Lord of Contagion though. Like you can't
Yeah,
buy him
exactly.
separately. And he's no longer in the combat box either because it's now just Typhus.
Yeah,
So you're like, okay, well, can I get him? No, no, okay. I still have to search old Facebook and eBay posts to see if anyone's got one.
exactly.
Just a massive pain in the backside. I'm hoping he gets his own standalone model so I can actually buy him because he's decent rules now. So
Uh, if they've done it for the Master of Possessions, maybe they will do it for him when Death Guard gets some love.
yeah, that's exactly the problem right there. That last when Dead God gets some love, they've got
I mean,
self love, but not not
to be fair,
the
at the moment, I'm listening to a book called Martyr's Tomb, I think it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Martyr's Tomb, which is the latest one in the Dawn of Fire series,
Okay.
and that they are the big bads in this one
Okay.
because it's Black Templars, Sisters of Battle, two Astra Militarum regiments, one being the PDF of the Shrine World that they're on, and the other one being the Savlar Chem Dogs,
Oh, okay. The Chem Dogs,
who
yeah.
are absolutely amazing. The book so far, they are hilarious.
Well, they're just
The
aren't they tunnel fighters from a prison world?
Yeah,
Yeah, their life is absolutely miserable, isn't it?
well, that's the thing. Their life is absolutely miserable on their home planet. Them joining militarum is their chance to reduce their sentence or die in glory and be seen as, someone useful to the Imperium. And generally, the places they go to are not nearly as bad as where they came from.
So they're basically, what are they, Catachans.
Basically, yeah, except unlike the Catachans who enjoy it when they get to a world that is like their home, the Savlar are like, yo, this place is neat. There's not nearly as much stuff trying to kill us down here.
Well, to be fair, that's what they're like as well. The cat cans, isn't it? But because they're like you read about cat can, it's just like stupidly ridiculous, like what lives there and what can kill you.
Yeah,
like a plant, I think that the leaf of it falls off, and if it lands on your head, it's like a parasitic veil that goes over your face. Like once it goes over your face, it takes over your mind. It mind controls you, and just eats your.
Yeah, the brain is that.
Yeah,
brain leaf or something like that.
Yeah, the brain leaf. It's so like ridiculous.
Yeah.
If it just touches you, that's it. You're gone. And it's like a rite of passage for catacans is to run through a grove of them to prove that like you're top dog, and you're like. I think that's why I feel like that's why infant mortality is so high.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's why you've got an issue. You're fucking trying to run through groves of these things to prove a point. Well,
yeah, like my favorite part of the book so far has been the commissar, the regimental commissar for this regiment of the Savlar Chem Dogs, is in a meeting with the Cardinal of the World, because again it's a shrine world, and you've also got the Emperor's Champion of the Black Templars there.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, the commissar just goes, yeah, so my men are very well motivated because they seem to believe that down in the tunnels below the planet where you they're fighting the Nurgle cultists against who are trying to defile the planet. Basically, it's the last in a string of 7 planets.
Okay.
Nurgle's number.
I see where this is going. Yep.
The Death Guard have taken 6 so far, and the last one's holding out.
Roll. Jesus.
I know, right? It's not even Typhus.
Yeah, Christ, they're just.
It's not Typhus, not Mortarion. It's just some random Death Guard.
Random warband that's just like, yep, these are our stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, he's like, oh yeah, they're motivated because they seem to believe that there's some salvage rights going to whoever's down there, and the Emperor's Champion, the sword, points it directly at the commissar and just goes, I will not have looting on this of holy relics on this planet. And the commissar takes a sip of his tea, looks directly at the Emperor's Champion, smiles, she goes, yeah, don't worry, I'll shoot them myself.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So it's like in the was it Gaunt's Ghosts? They're fighting Chaos cultists. And they like it's been like war after war because it's Astra Militarum, so of course it was. But the whole regiment is just being shelled after shelled, and so one poor son of a bitch is like got shell shock, and like he's in his bunker asleep, and I think some shells come down, and obviously he freaks the fuck out because he's got shell shock. So he's literally just like firing like an auto gun into like he's just firing randomly into the trench, like freaking out, and because he's got PTSD, he's got such bad PTSD for all the shit he's seen. And literally, the sergeant walks over. Bear in mind, this guy doesn't hit anyone. He doesn't kill anyone. He pistol whips him in the back of the skull, so he's unconscious, and just goes, right, he's at it, like, he's lost it. Drag him to the post, firing squad at the ready. I'm like, Jesus Christ. This guy's got PTSD, and they're like, nah, he can't fight anymore, put him down. Like, fucking. Bear in mind as well, the way they're called Gaunt's Ghosts is because they're called the First and Only, because they're the only regiment raised from their planet. Because as soon as they were raised, Chaos was like, "Fuck you," and blew the planet up. So there's no more guys. Their whole planet's gone. Like they're the only survivors of their entire race, and they're like, "Nah, this guy's at it. Kill him." Just like fucking what?
To be fair, they have been, if I remember correctly, they have been picking up survivors from other worlds. So I know that in the third book, they've got they helped the world, and the resistance force from that world were added to their regiment.
I was going to say they must have had to. There's so many books out. I've only read the first one, but since there's so many books, I'm like they must have had to recruit somewhere along the line, because just in the first book, there's like several hundred of them just die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, at some point they must have to recoup their losses.
A whole detachment of them gets murdered, don't they? Like they're on a hill. They're defending against.
That's like a 50-man squad.
Yeah.
That's like 50 of them get killed. Yeah, they're the rear guard, and they get attacked by the other regiment, don't they?
Yeah, and then the other regiment.
Yeah. Oh my god, I want models of that. I can't remember they're called. Something dragoons.
Oh yeah, Vitrin
Dragoons.
Yes.
Oh, they see. Like, have you seen what they look like in artwork?
I have seen what they look like in artwork.
It looks sweet. Sick. I'm like, yeah. I love that they're African as well. They've got like African voices.
Yeah.
Have you heard? Did you read the audiobook?
I've got the audiobook. I've got how many of the audiobooks have I got for Ghost? I definitely got the first 3.
Oh, I absolutely love them. I want them as models. Like, give me some Vitrin Dragoons. They were absolute bros through that whole thing. They were badasses all the way through it. I was like, gee, like, hell yeah, give me these guys. These guys seem sick.
I own the first 4 of the books for as audiobooks for them.
Yeah, it was a great series. I really enjoyed it.
I also love when people go, "Oh yeah, it's sharp in space," because it is.
Oh shit! I guess it is.
Sharp was a unpopular but still respected officer that was put onto what was it, a regiment himself, and through his charisma and capability in battle, he was seen necessarily as one of the lads, but as someone they could depend on. And he also had a member of his regiment who was highly placed and still wanted to murder him.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. It is pretty much entirely sharp in space.
But, I don't know. Was it in his own regiment? Sharp?
I'm pretty sure.
He definitely had. He had like the Duke of Orange at one point, which I'm pretty sure he killed her. And then it was. Doesn't his wife run off with another officer as well? His first wife or something. I can't. I've never watched it, but I've watched clips of it. I think that's the story. But it was super interesting. But yeah, it's basically it's really similar to Sharp in Space. Jesus, that's I do love Gaunt though.
Gaunt is amazing.
He is a pretty. I love when he's in the medical bay and the doctor like lifts up his shirt and he's got that chainsaw scar across his stomach from where he jeweled his uncle. And even the doctor's like doesn't want to ask questions, but he's like, "Good God, man, how are you even alive?" I don't understand how you're still going from that. He's like, that would have killed like 3 men. How are you alive? It's like, I don't want to even ask where you got it, but I just want to ask how the fuck are you still going? Like, oh, I love it. Such a great book.
If I remember correctly, he says you should see the other guy, doesn't he, or something similar to that?
Yeah, but the other guy is obviously didn't he decapitate him, I think. His uncle, well, yeah, he definitely kills his uncle in the duel.
Yeah. I know that. What else? A book. Where Rawn is being interrogated by the Inquisitor, like being like tortured and that, because the Inquisitor is trying to turn Rawn into his sort of
Oh yeah.
psychic puppets.
Yeah.
And from that point forward in the book, you're thinking Rawn's going to be the traitor.
Yeah, then it's not. It's
Then
Thingy,
it's not
his
him.
friend. He kills his other puppet, did he?
Rawn is the one that kills him. Yeah.
Yeah. He fires that chaos because they pick up that chaos rifle. That's a like metal spike that they fire out, but it explodes. It's like a fucking needler from Halo, but it only fires one spike at a time. But if it hits you, it fucking shreds it like somehow explodes, and they can't explain how it works because it's a chaos gun. But he was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck it, I'm out of ammo," and just took it, and he fires it at the traitor, and it's just his legs left. It hits him in the upper torso, and literally just eviscerates the entire upper half of him.
Yeah.
And the death is so visceral and so painful, well, so like sudden that it sends a psychic backlash back to the fucking Inquisitor, which then the backlash of that happening blows up the entire ship.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, okay, I think it's fair enough why they kill Psychers now. I'm like, if that can just happen, I'm like, oh, that was at least a couple of kilometer explosion that just happened. That killed at least a couple of thousand, probably 10,000 men.
Yeah.
That ship, most of which were just probably service personnel. Not even
Most of which were probably slaves.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's like the ratling he possesses as well, who he puppeteers and has to it knife fights Gaunt, and Gaunt's like, "Yep, dead," and just kills it. I was like, "Oh god!" Like because the guy, like the puppeteering wasn't even like fully taken over, so the guy was still conscious while he was being manipulated, and then just gets killed in a knife fight that he has no say in. I was like, "Oh god, that's horrendous."
No.
Tiny little halfling.
Got
Poor
a
slave
love it.
races. So horrendous. Anyway, it's getting on. Should we call it there?
Yes, I think we should.
Before we ramble on for another 2 hours.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we're both having a lot of fun with Kill Team. So looking forward to getting some more games in. Yeah.
I'm gonna slap some Astra Militarum across the walls next time, and again bend and buckle your Xenos, filth.
They're not Astra Militarum, they're Rogue Traders.
Some of them are from. She's taking those ex Astra Militarum. They're like ex Astra Militarum members, I think.
Probably.
I thought the heavy gunner was definitely Astra Militarum.
They're just naval armsmen.
I guess they're Imperial Navy.
When you go onto like the 40k app or on Battlescribe, you try to put them into your army, which you can now. They are a 5-man squad of naval armsmen.
Oh, okay.
They're not.
I like the way I can't do that anymore with
and they're
Gellarpox.
Gellarpox.
You could do in 9th. You can't do it in 10th now.
You can do them in 10th as long as you're using Legends rules.
Oh, can you? I've done it.
But they can only be taken by Chaos Space Marines. They can't be taken by Death Guard.
Oh, what?
I know, it's fucking bullshit.
That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, at ninth I could definitely run them a Death Guard, but okay. That sucks. Oh.
I'm going to check that statement now because I might
I
get proven wrong.
definitely think you're true. I don't think. Well, you definitely can't take them a Death Guard. At least I don't think I can. Can I? If I go to allies, do I have to do them as an allied unit?
Are they in other data sheets?
No, they're not on here. I can't add them as Death Guard. Oh, sad times.
You'd think that they would be available because they are Nurgle aligned.
You would think so, but
they have the
yeah.
Nurgle keyword.
Yep.
They cannot take
I
any
can
other.
ally demons, but I can't do them.
Exactly.
I can ally a great unclean one. So, the hell is reverberating summons? Jesus.
Yeah, you got Death Guard cultists, but not the actual.
Yep. Yeah, can't have them.
Meanwhile, if I go to these guys, go to other data sheets, bet you I find them quite quickly.
Yeah, they should be near the top of the G, yeah.
They're not on my other data sheets.
Oh, they are they? Wait, on other
Not
data sheets?
on
They're probably on Allied, aren't they?
because they're the Chaos Space Marines unit. I did make this list before they brought out all of the allow
Are
you
you
to
using
take.
are you on Battlescribe or 40k app?
I'm on the new 40k.
Yeah, I can't add them. I don't think you can add them though. They're not on the. I
They're not
haven't
on
got
there at
anyone on
all.
mine.
I
No, so
know that
you
they've
just
got a data sheet though, because the PDF was downloadable.
yeah, it's well, yeah. I don't think Legend stuff's on here anymore, so maybe that's why.
It's weird because they've got other things that are legends
Oh
stuff that's
really?
on there.
I don't know then. Maybe they just removed them.
Or at
They
least
just
other things that I'm pretty sure were legends, so they weren't on there before.
I don't know. It's disheartening. It's sad. I can't remember, boys.
We better sign off. So
Yeah. Do you want to take us away?
take us away. I would like to thank Diesel for being here.
Hey, anytime.
I would also like to shout out to Kat and be like, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow from recording, and the Friday following the day that this goes up. Depends on what times I get to edit and send off the video to be uploaded.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had a lot of good times. We will meet again. Hopefully, we will have some recording of the game before next episode. If not, hopefully we'll have Kat be able to talk about games she's played, and we'll have more than just one game played. By next episode.
Yeah, just have to see with schedules and things. Maybe we could rent a table in Toyment and set up cameras, and then
Yeah,
see
exactly.
how it goes, and then play a couple of games.
We'll probably have to book the role playing room just because
Yeah, because we're recording. Yeah, that'd be
we're
fine.
recording. I mean, unless we get a piece of paper and we are recording here. If you don't mind being in the video, sign here. If not, then please stay away from us.
Get the fuck out of here! But it depends what time of day you go as well. Like
Yeah.
midweek, early day is like dead, so
Yeah.
it should be fine. As long as
Right.
someone's not on night ships.
Yeah. with that being said, thank you everyone for staying and listening to us and watching our content. You can catch the regular podcast. It's just finished. So we will be taking at least a couple of weeks break before we get back onto it for season 3. And there are some changes going to be happening for season 3. But yeah, we'll probably coming up. I know that Dingle Games is going to be releasing more videos of games that we've played together and games that he plays. And yeah, you can catch us on Twitter. You got the Straight Up Bust. My Twitter, Straight Up Busters Gem. Join us on Discord. The link will be in the description. You can join us on Reddit. That link will also be in the description. You can watch R-Techz on Twitch. And you can watch Dingle's TikTok, which is also the Straight Up Busters TikTok. So yeah, thank you and good night.
See you later, guys.